You might have seen the video, came out a couple days ago. It's been out for like a year, but this video of Donald Trump effectively murdering media figures and politicians that he's not a fan of, including, by the way, TYT was one of those that was murdered in the video. Now you might think this looks bad for Trump and is a threat to those media figures, but Republican analyst Rick Tyler was brought on to MSNBC to make the case that no, actually Trump is the victim here.
People can make all kinds of things and put them online, and it has nothing to do with the president. But this was played at Doral property by Trump supporters. So I mean, just someone's maniacally stupid to put something out there. I mean, it's just a horrific, very graphic video of the president, supposedly taking on the media and his political enemies. It just has no place in the political.
Violently taking out.
Well, yeah, you know what? I hate to say this, and I contemplate not saying it, but I'm going to say it. This video endangers Donald Trump more than anybody else, because there are crazy people out there, and people will watch something like this and think that by not denouncing it, the president actually supports violence. And that's a dangerous thing. I know the Secret Service is not crazy about these kinds of things, and this is why, because it provokes violence.
Okay, so the true victim here is Donald Trump. Jordan, your thoughts?
I mean, that's just absolutely ludicrous. There's nothing apparently that Republicans won't defend. I mean, the bar is on the floor, and they're somehow finding a way to go underneath it. This was, pretty easy thing to criticize and dismiss and condemn. But here we are in a situation where yet again Republicans are literally going to defend anything that is negative and connected to Trump in any capacity. This was a purely grotesque video, and as you said, TYT's logo was in there. There was logos from tons of other reputable news organizations, and there's just depicted as Trump slaughtering them. This is really alarming, because also Cesar Sayoc, the pro-Trump mail bomber, his target list had a lot of overlap with the people featured and organizations featured in this video. This is extremely troubling, and it isn't just purely fictional, because this has happened already.
Yeah, we
have instances of the Trump supporters lashing out at the media, trying to hurt them, trying to bomb them, and here we have someone glamorizing it. It's really disgusting.
I'm curious on your thoughts on strategy when something like this happens. So this video comes out, it's big news Sunday night, and I know there was a big disagreement. A lot of people wondering, do we need to directly address this, potentially even showing it to reveal how horrendous this sort of thing is? Or is that doing the work of the propagandist who made this video in the first place? What do you think about this disagreement?
I really do. I hate both sides, but I really do see both sides of the argument here. I personally did not share it because I just didn't really feel the need to. I didn't think people needed to see it that night. A lot of people clearly expressed an intent not to see it, and I wanted to be mindful of that. So graphic things like that, I try not to, share. But if it's just any other instance, I think there is some value in documenting it, showing it to people, presenting it. Like, this is what they're watching at these conservative conferences, these well-attended conservative conferences where high-profile right-wing figures are attending and speaking and keynoting. This is the media that they're showing at these conferences. Yeah. So there is value in talking about it that way.
Yeah, and so as of right now, I have not seen Donald Trump actually reference it in any way. He hasn't condemned the video, or I should say videos, because this guy has made many videos of Trump going on killing sprees against his political opponents. And so I guess, are you surprised? I mean, he's found time to endorse a book, tell people to vote for Sean Spicer on Dancing with the Stars. He's tweeted any number of times. He's been on Twitter, but hasn't found time to tweet about this.
If I'm just trying to realistically assess how they would handle the situation, I would hope that they probably just didn't tell him about it, because then there's the risk of him trying to retweet it or share it or something like that. I don't think he would actually find an issue with it. I think he would find it funny. So there's been plenty of other grotesque things. And this isn't quite as violent, but you might remember when he shared the video of him body slamming the CNN logo from, someone had superimposed it over wrestling. So he's found things like this and shared things like this before. I don't know if this would cross the threshold for him as something he wouldn't touch, but my guess is they probably just kept it away from him.
Yeah. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.